Chrysocheir, also known as Chrysocheiris, or Chrysocheiros, all meaning gold hand, was the last leader of the Paulician Principality of Tephrice from 863 to 872. Biography. According to the Byzantine chroniclers, Chrysocheir was a nephew of the Paulician leader Carbis. Furthermore, according to Peter the Sicilian, he was Carbis' nephew and son-in-law, indicating that he had married his first cousin, a practice strongly condemned by the Byzantine Church. Following the anti-Paulician pogrom launched in 843 by Empress Regent Theodora, Carbis and many of his followers had fled to the Muslim border emirates and established an independent principality centered on Tephrice. From there, Carbis led the Paulicians in wars against Byzantium on the side of the Muslims until his death in 863. Nothing is known of Chrysocheir's early life before his succession of his uncle. Like Carbis, Chrysocheir may in his youth have served in the Byzantine army, a steadfast enemy of Byzantium. Chrysocheir led several raids deep into Byzantine territory, even up to the western coasts of Asia Minor in the vicinity of Nicaea, Nicomedia, and Ephesus. In the latter, he is reported to have desecrated the Church of St. John the Evangelist by stabling his horses there. Emperor Basil I the Macedonian sent envoys to offer peace in 869 70, but the offer was rejected by Chrysocheir, who allegedly demanded that the emperor should vacate the eastern half of his territories in Asia Minor first. It is very likely that the embassy was led by Peter the Sicilian, who reports that he spent 9 months in Tephrice at about the same time trying to arrange the release of high-ranking prisoners of war. This hypothesis is not accepted by all modern scholars, however. In 871, Emperor Basil himself led an attack on Tephrice, but failed to take the city and withdrew, but in 872 the domestic of the schools Christopher led another campaign that scored a decisive victory against the Paulicians at the Battle of Bathus-Ryax. During the battle, Chrysocheir was killed by a common soldier called Pylades. His severed head was sent back to Constantinople, where Basil reportedly shot at it with his bow, sticking 3 arrows into it. It was not until 6 years later, however, that Tephrice itself fell to the Byzantines, putting an end to the Paulician Principality. Some modern scholars nevertheless date the defeat and death of Chrysocheir on the same year as the fall of Tephrice. It is commonly considered that the memory of Chrysocheir survived in the Byzantine epic poem Digenes Akritas in the form of Chrysoberges, the Muslim paternal grandfather of the eponymous hero.